Right, so this is Danaher's Kimura System week 3. So let's look at what happens if I'm late and I'm losing the pin and Rand's started to come up. So we know now that when I push this down and I've got my hands in the right position, middle fingers on my pulse, again getting to the end of the elbow, turning my hip, I'm starting to lift Rand up and we end up here. So I'm in this position, he's starting to come up. Again, ideally, I want reverse motorcycle grip and I'm starting to bring Rand's hand behind him. Now, normally what happens in this position, I'm starting to panic. And the minute I feel him coming up, relax, I'm going to start to get my head higher than his to try to put him back down again. Again, we can do that. But Rand's goal is to get his head higher than mine, which means he's coming up on top. So we don't want to let go of the figure 4. Right? I know it's a reaction. Oh, I want to keep the pin. Just turn this way, bro. We don't want to keep the pin. In fact, we want to encourage him to sit up, and we're concentrating on keeping this behind his back. I'm going to let him sit up, and I'm just going to reverse it. So we're here. Obviously, if I do this right, I'll have stepped over and Rand's not sitting up and I'm controlling the head. But if I'm late, he starts to sit up and we end up here in this position. Okay, I keep the figure of 4. I know he wants to come up. Again, if I let go of this, my head's moving away from the elbow. I want to bring my head towards the elbow. So once I get to here and he's coming up, I'm just moving my head and moving this way and I'm not letting him come up and we end up here. Now, it can go a couple of different ways from here. I could hip out and finish it from the bottom. So in other words, I can put the triangle chop from the bottom. We talked about how when we looked at the problem area, it was getting the arm behind the back or in front. And if we got the arm behind the back, we finished it from the top position, the Kimura position, or we can finish in the bottom. But in this scenario, we are going to keep putting it on, so I can come back up on top and finish it from the position we're familiar with. We'll look later on in the mesocycle about finishing it from the bottom, but we don't want to go down that rabbit hole just with getting on the power line and braking mechanics. So again, once we get into our figure 4, we know now that I want to get Rand's back off the mat. But before I step over his head, he's sitting up. So again, that reverse motorcycle grip, and I'm putting his hand behind him. I'm going to let him come up. The detail is free, stay there. I bring my head towards his elbow. Notice the way I'm on Rand's right side. I'm actually going to move to his left side, and as he comes up, I am going to continue the movement. So please move this way. Now, I'm on bottom with a figure 4. Watch what happens when I start cranking. If Rand just posts his hand on the mat, the sub's there, what's going to happen? He's going to try and roll to get out of it, only this time, boom, I control the head. And now, I have the sub, I'll just do it on Johnny, so you can see, bro, very, very simple. We want to get into the mindset that once we lock the figure 4, and I actually, turn this way, bro, and I actually get his hand behind his back, I'm not worried about the pin. I'm going to re-pin him once I reverse him. So we're here, we're playing the game. So from our position, I switch, I start to get Johnny's back off the mat, now he's sitting up. So from here, I'm going to reverse motorcycle grip and pull his hand behind. I'm going to resist the urge to let go, and now the figure 4's off. Keep the arm behind his back. Notice the way I'm on his right side. If I sit back, my head's moving away. Okay? I lose the figure 4. So I bring my head towards the elbow, sit up, bro, and I move to his left hand side and we end up here. If you just turn this way, bro, no, circle. I'm here on bottom with a figure 4. It looks as if you have nothing here, but if Johnny just stays where he is and I start pushing this, the sub is on. What's he gonna do? As I push, he'll relieve it by rolling. And as he does, I'm back into the position, only this time, I've covered the head. Okay, so let's play with that. Very simple. Do not let go of the figure 4 if you've got his arm behind his back.
Sorry, do that first.